So hold on a second. Are you puzzling when the kids aren't home?
Not yet. It hasn't gotten that bad.
That's when it would get really weird.
It's like, are you drinking alone?
Yeah.
Are you puzzling alone yet? Have we gotten to that level? Because then you might need to seek help.
From the newsroom to the nursery.
We're juggling a demanding career on live TV with the demands of motherhood.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Karen.
They are AnchorMoms.
Hi, Katie.
Hey, Karen.
Hi, friends listening or watching in. Friendly reminder, we're on YouTube in case you
watching in
you wanted to view us as we discuss things. Listen, I have some big news.
Okay.
I have a new addiction.
Okay.
And I feel like it may mean that I've entered into yet another generational era.
Okay.
I cannot stop puzzling.
Like doing puzzles?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
It's over for you.
It's over.
What?
The kids pulled out this 1,000-piece puzzle that someone gave us and
Where do you
wanted
put
to
it?
do it. Well, in the playroom, we have several like kids tables.
Okay.
What's funny is we got the puzzle maybe a year ago and just started doing it. And then like we did not have the correct table apparatus to make it happen. And after a couple of weeks, Greg was like, this is ridiculous. We got to put this away. And it was, we put it away undone. So it was awful. It's a very difficult puzzle. It's the same puzzle. It's a very difficult puzzle.
Okay.
So Ellery's like, I think we can do this now, Mom. Like, let's go. So we have the right table situation now. We've got like the table with the puzzle, and then we have two other tables with all the pieces spread out. It's got a spot. It's wonderful. I don't know. I cannot accurately describe how I feel when the kids are like, Mom, let's go do the puzzle for a bit. And we just sit there and hang out together and do a puzzle. It is the most calming, relaxing.
Does Bennett partake?
Oh, yeah. Everybody but
Okay.
Sam, of course.
Because I'm like wondering, like, could River? Because I'm so tired of playing Barbies. That I am a puzzle does sound nice.
I mean, how old are we that we're literally yesterday I got home. We walked home from school and I was like, guys, we have like 30 minutes till activities. Does anybody want to go work on the puzzle?
and they were
I'll like make you whatever snack you
Yeah.
want and we'll all go work on the puzzle. And so like each person has a different like area they're working on. We're working together. We're celebrating when somebody gets a good piece. It's like, I don't even know. It's so exciting. And then last night maybe it was after Sam had gone to bed, and I'm like, guys, let's go back to the puzzle. And then Greg's like, okay, this is getting like
you got your.
we got to do the dishes. Like,
Yeah.
we cannot spend this much
There's
time
just
on the
like
puzzle.
other stuff that needs to happen.
Yeah, but I'm like, this is, I don't know. I have a hard time relaxing. I have a hard time not doing all the things, but this is like my zen. It's unbelievable to me how I feel when I just can
when
sit
you're
there
puzzling,
and do my puzzle with my children. It's so lovely. I mean, if I could just do it all day, I don't know. It's a very odd thing that has come over our house, but it brings me a lot of joy. I don't know. I can't tell if it's because I feel like and also it's hilarious because again, it's like kids' tables. So we're sitting in these tiny kids' chairs.
okay, that sounds uncomfortable.
So it's not comfortable. But it's, I don't know, Katie. It's something magical that happens when we are in the puzzle
When you're in
area.
the puzzle zone.
And I think it's because I can't, but for some reason in my head, I let myself, like, I don't bring my phones in there. Like, I'm just like, I can just think about nothing else than the pieces of the puzzle.
When I was a kid, or like in the high school and college, over Christmas break, my family would do a puzzle because like everybody was home. You had all this like spare time, and it was super fun. And it was kind of the same way. Like you had to have it finished by the end of the break, Christmas break. Yeah. And it was like the same way, like you'd just be like sitting around and you'd put a puzzle or, a piece or two together and you'd find yourself sort of gathering around that table.
It's a bit addictive. Like once you get into it, you're like,
again, I'm really just tired of playing Barbies. I feel like this could be a thing.
Gregory would not support this because he keeps being like, why are we going back to the puzzle area? Like again, like lunches need to be made, dishes need to be done, like laundry needs to be folded.
I could hear Brian being like, can we go outside and play like soccer or basketball? Yeah. Like let's go jump on the trampoline. Like I don't want to puzzle.
Mm-hmm. I know it's a bit odd, but I'm just saying it's like really working for me right now. Now, talk to me in a week, and I'll probably be like, I'm done with that stupid thing. Like, we've put it back in the box without finishing it.
A puzzle update. The next podcast.
Now, the only problem is, poor Sam, we were really making a lot of progress, and he comes in and just like, obviously, this is like quintessential. Like, he's the only one who can't participate in this activity, and he just like can't say that at newly 3, but he comes in and just like lays on the table and is like, ugh, and like, we had just organized all the pieces, like they were all the right way and like in different categories. And I was like, Sam, no.
The puzzle.
And Bennett was like, Dad, you got to get Sam out of here. Like we got to get him out. Like you got to go read him a book or something. But like we're puzzling in here.
He's like feeling left out.
Well,
Sam and Greg are left out.
I invited him to puzzle last night after Sam was in bed. And he was like, no. He's like, I can do like some work. Like I'll go work for a bit if everyone's puzzling. But like, no. I think it's just because I'm always doing something in our house. I'm always doing something.
Yeah.
I was cleaning something, putting something away. Like, and I don't know why all of a sudden like puzzle is like the way that I get out of chores.
So hold on a second. Are you puzzling when the kids aren't home?
Not yet. It hasn't gotten that bad.
That's when it would get really weird.
It's like, are you drinking alone?
Yeah.
Are you puzzling alone yet? Have we gotten to that level? Because then you might need to seek help.
All right. Let us know if you're puzzling alone.
No, so far, I'm only puzzling with kids around. And I do think it's a good activity, right?
I mean, absolutely, compared to like some of the other things.
Like we're not watching TV. Yeah. We're not like,
I'm going to try to convince River to puzzle.
I'm gonna look in my closet when I get home because I feel like we have some.
Oh, you're gonna give us some puzzles?
Yeah, because we have a lot of puzzles. I'm trying to think if there's one that's like not 1,000 pieces, but like not a baby puzzle.
We need like 25 pieces.
Oh no, you could do like a 350 easy. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
My little brain doesn't work like that way. Did you know that? Like I've always had trouble with puzzles. It's like the same way. Like River brings home math problems, like word problems, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm right brain or left brain, but
it's not the right brain.
It's like puzzles. It's not the right brain for that kind of stuff, and I'm always like,
you think you wouldn't be able to do a puzzle?
No, I mean like I could do it.
What do you want to come by with River and we'll like test out the puzzling? Like see have a little puzzle session.
See if we're like
see if you pass.
If we're puzzle people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can drop in, do a little test run.
Yeah, before I invest in my puzzle.
It could be like a play, like, watch, I'd be like, River, you're invited for a play date if you and Miss Katie puzzle with us.
Yeah.
And she'll get there and Bennett will be like, let's just go jump the trampoline.
Right. That's what I'm saying. She's like, we're not puzzling.
Let's do the Barbie Dream
It'll be you and I puzzling.
Mm-hmm.
And the
kids. That's fine.
I'm sorry. If I'm coming to your house, I don't want to puzzle. This is how I feel about people who want to play board games as well.
Oh.
No. For the love of God. I don't want to play a board game.
I would like to play a board game too. I don't know if I would play a board game. Like not with just you, but like we play a lot of board games in our family. Yeah. No, Katie's looking at me very disgusted right now. Like, can we even be friends anymore?
When you're on vacation with families and they're like, what about a board game? Brian and I are always like, oh, no. I mean, I think we need to, it's bedtime.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's like a collective. It's like one of the few things we agree with.
What about when I brought that Mom Truths game on your 40th
Did we play it?
weekend? Yeah, we played it.
Were
you cringing?
I was, in my head, I was probably like, oh, like, yeah. I know people don't want to hear this. I'm really sorry. I don't
think you're alone.
I don't know. People love it.
My family and Gregory's family are both big game families. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, moving on.
That's unfortunate. I don't know. Just when I thought we could vacation together,
now it's off.
It's off.
Okay.
Although you and I have vacation together, and you did make me play a game, so it's off. Never mind.
Wow. Okay.
All right, let's move on.
I mean, is this all over right now? Like, should we even do this podcast?
The friendship,
everything's
the podcast,
done.
It's over.
Everything's done. Okay, this first article comes from parents. As a mom, here's why I think Sleepmaxxing won't work for parents. I had not heard of this. Apparently, of course, like social media creators, influencers created this term, maximizing sleep. They throw out all these crazy ideas of how you can get like the best sleep ever. Eat kiwi before bed, take supplements. What's the best temperature?
Stop it.
Use mouth tape. Have you heard about this?
Yeah.
I've
seen a bunch of people using it.
Yeah. I follow an influencer who she and her husband have 4 kids, and they created like a new line of mouth tape, and it's super successful. Who knows?
Yeah.
I already like have to use like a mouth, like a retainer at night for my Invisalign. Like I don't need anything else going on. Like I don't need any other like
everything you've just admitted to, like you're doing puzzles, you have mouth guards. Like I'm just
we are no longer
Is
friends.
this how you like envision your adult life?
Friends.
Because
no, but here I am. Anyway, so this article talks about how this max sleeping just won't work for moms. And it's also not backed by science.
There's that too.
Yeah. And they make the point, which is totally true. I mean, if you're a mom of, I don't know what age kids, but you're not going to get good sleep. Like you're not going to get good sleep the first however many years when they're babies. And then like, as I just described last week's episode, now Sam is getting out of bed. I can't even remember the last night that like everyone slept through. I did not, like no one came in our room. I did not wake up because someone was going to the bathroom and then wandering. There's always something. Yeah. I can't remember the last time I got, 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. Yeah. You are in a similar but different situation because you have to wake up early every day. But like we're just not sleeping. Like, and none of I'm not going to eat kiwi and suddenly, like, my kids don't wake up at night. Well,
that's what I feel like the person writing this article is like.
It just doesn't work.
No amount of, like, cherry juice is going to help me. And I think it's probably true. I guess I do like to think that there are some homeopathic or, like, natural things you can do to aid in your sleep. Mm-hmm. But I think I agree that, telling a new mom or parents that have
here's how to sleep max.
You're like, good luck. Yeah.
If you set the thermostat to 68 degrees, that's the ideal temperature. Okay, cool.
Right.
Tell my kids that.
Okay.
It does. The article did have some pointers at the end, what to do instead of trying these crazy trendy stuff. Spend time outside in bright light during the day, which I think is good. Of course, exercise, avoid substance use, stay on schedule, put your devices away. I do think, it's not a secret that like you should not look at your phone before bed.
Does anybody really follow that?
I don't know.
I don't.
You should. I do. I want to be one of those people who's like, oh, it's whatever time, 9:30, whatever we're doing, let's just stop and go to bed. But I'm not that person. I have to like finish the laundry or finish the whatever. But I would like to be more scheduled about when I go to sleep because I do think that helps. I mean, it's so true for kids. So why should it not be true for adults? Like if you're on a schedule, it works better.
Yeah, I think that's true. It's just hard.
It is. You got a mums for us?
Oh, yes. Mom. I'm so excited about this next article.
I know you wanted to like skip ahead.
I know you did. About the moms. Mum's the word. So last week you had
if you're making fun of me for puzzling, at least I'm not singing Mum's the word.
Everyone loves when I sing Mum's the word.
Okay.
It's my favorite part of the podcast. Last week you recommended a Trader Joe's sunscreen.
Oh gosh, do you have another sunscreen?
Yeah, but this is a tinted one.
Oh, okay.
And I used to have this tinted one. It was a Dr. Gross tinted.
We're just all about. We're ready for summer, folks. It's March, but we are ready for summer.
I use this one all the time. In fact, I don't use this Monday through Friday when I'm anchoring on for TV purposes, but I do use this one on the weekends all year long. The story behind this is I used to love this Dr. Gross tinted sunscreen. But then they discontinued it and my heart was broken.
Okay.
So I found this new one not that long ago. It's called Sunny Days Tinted SPF.
Oh, I use this. I love it.
You do? I think we might have had this conversation before.
I love it.
It's a Tower 28 is the brand. It's $32. Mine lasts me a long time just because, like I said, I don't use it weekdays. I usually only use it in sort of like casual outings. You can buy it on Tower 28, but you can also buy it on Amazon, and it's the same price. And if you're a Prime member, you can get it here faster. I like it. They have a bunch of different so the one that I love, the Dr. Gross one, just had like a light, medium, and then a dark. But this Sunny Days one has multitudes of shades.
And I got mine from Sephora. So if you're a person who needs to go in and like test the shades, you can get it from Sephora.
So I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's good. It's sort of one of those things like it's not super matte, so it's coverage, but it's not super heavy coverage. And obviously it's SPF 30, so that's a
and it gives you a nice little like sheen, but not too shiny.
That's what I mean. Yeah. It's not matte. It's like it has a little bit of a like a gloss. Oh, I don't know, not a gloss, but yeah,
sheen. Is that the right word?
I don't know. Sheen? Yeah,
shine.
I don't know. A little bit of shine to it. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to my favorite article ever written.
Katie literally said, the second article in this episode is my favorite episode or favorite article ever.
It comes from The Guardian, and it says, meal prep your outfit for the week ahead and you will feel invincible. Mapping out what you are going to wear each day saves you time and gives you peace of mind. So in other words, this is basically just planning your outfits ahead of time, like as though you would meal prep, but instead of meal prepping or meal prep as well, you're picking out your clothes and having an idea of what you're going to wear for the week.
Ironing them, picking out the
accessories, the shoes. Yes. All right. And she starts with, have you ever experienced the absolute rush you get when you have prepped a whole week's worth of outfits in advance? No? Oh, then you haven't lived. The thrill of it, the next level smugness, the whole 10 extra minutes in bed every morning, the self-belief that comes from knowing you have nailed a killer look for the meeting you are dreading on Wednesday afternoon. This is what invincibility feels like, my friends. And I wrote, yes, beside that paragraph. So I am somebody who
I feel like you already do this.
Yes, I do. Yeah. And when somebody wrote it out, like put it like this.
In writing, like, you were like, I believe in this.
Yes. Yeah. I am like a full-hearted believer in this. I mean, there's the other fact that I get up at 2 a.m. and I like
can't do it then.
I cannot be like going through my closet at 2:30 a.m. to find clothes. But I've always been kind of a clothes prepper. A clothes prepper? I don't know. So she mentions all of the pros, extra sleep. You can get a handle on what your week looks like and it helps you sort of like realize like any parts in your scheduling where you have like an overlap, if you have like an appointment, meetings. It just sort of helps you get a handle on like, okay, big meeting on Wednesday. Thursday, I have a shoot in Chimney Rock. This has happened to me recently. Like I'm going out to report in the field. So
I need a different kind of
outfit and like a different pair of shoes. Okay, Friday, I have a mammogram, so I need to make sure like I wear pants, right? With whatever I'm wearing to work that day because obviously I need to, I don't because of the gown situation. Right. If you've had a mammogram, you know what I'm talking about. And so the other thing is it just helps you visualize your week and feel really put together, which I 100% agree with. She also, and this is like an interesting tip, she says don't do it on Sundays because then it just kind of becomes like this chore just like everything else on Sundays.
Sunday night,
and I will say this, like sometimes I come home from work on Friday and I won't put out like my shoes and my accessories, but I will pull out a couple of like dresses that I'll wear next week. And then on Sunday, I sort of like go through and be like, okay, like Monday this, Tuesday this, here's like the jewelry, here's the shoes. I also do this for River. River wears a uniform to school, but they're like, she has a specific outfit she needs to wear on Fridays. Like I do this for her outfits as well, just because then she and my nanny, like there's no question about it when she wakes up in the morning.
I think this is all a great plan. And I also like that the author talks about, you can make this a lot easier too. She kind of breaks it down and says, think about dresses or separates.
Yeah.
And then like once you know which of those you're going for, She also talks about the fact that like, don't save things. Like, wear the snazzy stuff. Like, wear the fun stuff in your closet, which I'm bad about this. Like, I will not, if I'm not meal prepping, wardrobe prepping.
Yeah.
I will just get lazy and then be like, oh, I'll just wear this because it's like easy, but it's like not the most exciting thing to wear, right?
And then you don't feel good about yourself and it like ruins your day.
So yeah, I think that there is, there's a lot to be said for some of the other tips she has in here, not just the wardrobe prepping in general and planning it out. She also says like, when you pick out your Friday outfit, you can like, then visualize that, okay, it's going to be Friday and I'm going to be wearing this and that's exciting. There's a lot of pros to this type of approach. And you can kind of just plan it out better and also do some of these other things that really make you more excited about what you're wearing. And it does impact your, I don't want to say mental health, but it makes you feel better.
Well, I think it just makes you feel less harried, less stressed.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. The morning meteorologist is going on a trip here, I don't know, in about a week or so. And she, unbeknownst to her about this article, she knows I like clothes. And she was like, oh my gosh, I just prepped all my clothes for my trip. Like I just laid out everything and I was like, it's the best feeling. And she was like, it's the best feeling. Now I'm not
It just
as
takes
good.
a weight off your shoulders.
Yes. I'm not as good about this for vacation and trips, by the way. And she really does have a whole like, okay, if you're doing separates, you can rewear this blazer with something out. Like that of course doesn't really happen for me because for like TV, like I'm not going to wear
the same thing twice.
I'm not going to wear like the same blazer on Thursday as I did on Tuesday. But she does recommend that for vacations. I think it's like, I think it's a great idea. So I just thought this was like very informative and just, in a world where your whole life is chaos, especially if you're a working mom, like what a great tip,
Yeah. I mean, it's the same. It really is very similar to meal prep. There's, if you know what the meals are going to be and you have the grocery list done, you're like, okay.
Yeah. And don't save the good, my don't postpone joy. You could die tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like make sure you wear whatever that cute dress is or that fancy skirt because
why not?
Why not?
Yeah. Our last article comes from People. A mom is outraged. This really got my blood boiling. A mom is outraged over a single Target employee using the family bathroom. Now her emotional breakdown is getting backlash. Okay, so this is a mom. She has a baby. She goes to Target and she bleeds through her pants. And so she has to like go get all of the things, including a new pair of pants at Target, and then gets all the stuff. She posts on social, so you can see that the baby's little, a couple months old. So she goes to the family bathroom and somebody's in there and she's waiting and waiting. And finally she's like, oh, okay, I'm just going to go pay for all this stuff and then I'll come back. So she does that, comes back, and the person's still in there. Anyway, she ends up going to the regular bathroom, which, if you're a mom and you've had to try to manage a bathroom with a stroller or an infant, like it's really not
hard.
fun. It's really not fun. I mean, much less multiple children.
Yeah.
It's just terrible. They always want to crawl on the floor, crawl under the stalls. I kind of think a family bathroom is like the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
Like I always want a family bathroom. I always have 4 little kids and it's just so much easier. Anyway, so long story short, she finally changes in the regular bathroom. It's terrible. The baby's screaming and she comes back out and then she realizes that she hears the faucet going in the family bathroom and realizes somebody's about to come out. It's a Target employee.
Yeah.
By herself. And she kind of loses it.
Yeah.
I don't blame her at all.
Yeah. No, I don't either.
And so she talks to management who eventually says like, well, look, we do have employee restrooms, but people don't like to use those because they're not as private. And in the family restroom, you can like make a phone call.
Right.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
No. I mean, first of all, those family bathrooms are precious and
Precious.
It's like taking a parking space for a pregnant mom if you're not pregnant. Like, no, we've got enough going on. Don't take away the one thing that makes our lives easier.
So this has actually happened to me one time. River was, I don't know, 6 months old, 9 months old,
Mhm.
and we were traveling across the country. And she was it was the time change. We were traveling from California back to North Carolina. And so she hadn't napped. She hadn't had like anything to eat. And we were on a layover in the Charlotte airport trying to get back to Asheville. And River, I've never seen her like this, was like losing her mind. Like losing her mind. Like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That like you'll never forget it. Like ended up like throwing up on me in the plane. Like and of course we needed to change her diaper. So like we get to Charlotte airport and like I'm so beside myself, River's so beside herself, Brian is and like we're like, let's go to like the family bathroom, like I'll get cleaned up, we'll change her diaper, we'll try to reset. And there was like somebody, and same thing, like we kind of waited, and like after a while it was like, okay, like I'll just go in and change her diaper by myself in like the women's room. And as we were coming out, a dude came out of the family bathroom like by himself, and Brian
punched him in the face.
Didn't punch him in the face, but was like, dude, that's a family bathroom. And we really needed to like, and the guy looked like shocked, like was like, oh, like, you know.
Did he apologize?
No, I think he was like more just surprised. I mean, I think sometimes people who use these things just assume
it's for anybody.
It's for anybody, and they don't really maybe understand how important it is. You know, sometimes like I can do a family bathroom or like, you know, especially now that River's older, and I just have River, like it's not a big deal. She goes into her own stall, I go into my own stall. But when you have little kids like that.
I mean, the stroller situation alone.
Yes.
Like
I was like, it was honestly one of the worst, if not the worst travel trip of my life. And I will never forget. I mean, it's like lives in infamy, that meltdown that River had on the plane and then into the airport and like the throw up and like, yeah. And I just remember being like, you were such a jerk to that guy. Yeah.
Well, the other thing, so, I mean, I don't think that there were some people apparently online who were like, you're overreacting, like, calm down. And the mom said, you know, I was like crying. And, you know, I think some people were like, that feels like too much of a response. Aside from the fact that this is so wrong and you should never use a family bathroom unless you're a family. Also, like, I am almost always on the verge of tears. Like, I just feel like
that sounds like a separate issue that we really need to unpack. Yeah.
But I don't think, like, I think a lot of moms are always, especially if you're working, you have little ones, you're always kind of in this state of like panic, stress, overwhelmed. And like something like this happens and it doesn't take much to really like lose it.
Especially when you have little kids and you're, you know,
they're
and you're
screaming,
and you're taking them to a store or an airport or anywhere out in public, to be totally honest. And you're not doing well, they're not doing well. Like, yeah, it's a really stressful situation.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I'm giving carte blanche. Like, if you are a mom, you can cry or have an emotional breakdown anytime you want. You have permission. In my mind.
That's from Karen Zakalak.
Like, I just really feel like, I don't know. I don't know if it's just the climate we're living in these days, but I just feel like something could push me over at any time.
Okay, on that note, do you have a mom?
You mean a win?
A win? Yes.
I don't have one. No, I'm just kidding. I do have a win. I feel like, you know how we so often on this podcast talk about the mental load of mothering, and how we just do it all.
Yeah.
And I have a little shout out to my husband.
What?
As a win this
week. Mark this down, friends.
He has really, I think, noticed that I am, as I just mentioned, always on the verge of a breakdown.
Yeah.
And so he has started doing, and very consistently now for several months, all for kids' lunches at night.
What?
And I cannot tell you what a game changer it is.
That's great.
Like and this just also just like a shout out if you're a dad listening, one little thing off your plate makes such a big difference.
Okay.
Especially if it's something like that that's like always hanging over you. You can't do it till the end of the day.
Right. Very true.
Like, you know, it has to be done at a certain time when you're very tired and like ready to go to bed. Yeah. Now, I'll do it sometimes like if he has a late meeting or something.
You're like, it's not happening all the time, but most of the time.
But no, it is happening a lot. And it really, I think it's, of course it's nice, but I think it's less of just the actual chore and more of just like, one less thing that you have to worry about. It makes a really big difference.
I love that.
Yeah.
Greg, thank you.
Yeah, I know this might if you might be listening to this and be like, this is ridiculous. But if you are a busy mom and have too much on your plate and are working and have 4 little children, like it is a huge deal to have one less thing. I don't know, to worry about. To do.
I don't know. At the end of the night, I hate
Now our laundry's still backed out.
Okay, but let's get on that. Greg, come on.
No, but just having that thing is big. So shout out to Gregory for picking up some slack with the lunches.
In the house.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is like the appropriate like?
I don't know.
Okay, I tried.
That sounded good.
Okay.
All right. Hope you have a little or a
hope
big
your husband
win.
packs all your lunches.
Yeah. Hope your husband does something to help out this week. Bye.
Bye. Anchor Moms is a Sinclair podcast produced out of WLOS in Asheville. We're your hosts, Katie Killen and Karen Zakalek. Anchor Moms is edited by Matthew Yates.
For more information on the topics discussed in this episode and to stay up to date on future episodes, follow us on Instagram at AnchorMoms.
You can follow Anchor Moms on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Know a parent who could benefit from this week's Anchor Moms episode? Your recommendations help our show to grow, so spread the word.